Hey, welcome back to Tone 26 TV. Today I'll be making some Parmesan chicken wings. First of all, I preheat the oven at 350. I'm taking my wings out the refrigerator. I had them in there for about an hour with some lemon water, some iced lemon water. We'll go ahead and drain those. Whenever I have chicken sitting in the refrigerator for a few days, I will always use lemon and water to clean them, to get any kind of odor off the wings. All right, go ahead and let the wings drain a little bit. That's my dish out. In the same dish, I'm actually going to season my wings before I put them in the oven. All right, so once again, I have the wings draining in the sink over here. I'm gonna get my baking dish out. All right, I hate to clean, so I always use some aluminum foil to cook with as well. And Reynolds has this extra wide one for the grill that I love. All right, ran out there. Let me go ahead and get some more. Luckily enough, I had an extra one stashed away. I never run out of foil. All right, so I'm gonna put the dull side down. That's a non-stick side. All right. In addition to that, I want to use some Pam to make sure it doesn't stick. All right, make sure it's nice and drained. You don't want any water on your chicken because you don't want it to burn in the oven. So make sure I get any of those little ice cubes out of there. Heard a little piece of ice, make sure you get that out of there. And once again, this was originally lemon and ice water. So I'm gonna add a little bit of vegetable oil. Add some salt. I'm going to add some pepper. And garlic. All right, go ahead and dry the top off. Try to keep as much of the water out as possible when I'm cooking the chicken. Go ahead and shake this up. Ah! All right, go ahead and put the chicken on the baking sheet. I'm gonna cook the chicken for about 30 minutes at 350 degrees. I'm gonna turn them over after 30 minutes. I'll make sure I set my timer. And while my chicken is in the oven, I actually have some butter I have sitting out. I'm not gonna use a lot of butter because of the saturated fat, but I'm gonna have a little bit of butter that I'm gonna use towards the end to finalize the recipe. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven for 30 minutes. And I'm going to put that on the bottom. I'm going to put that on the bottom rack for 30 minutes, and I'm going to turn them over in another 30 minutes. And then I'll put the Parmesan cheese on at the end for like the last 10 minutes for the roasting process. All right, so I'll see you back in about 60 minutes. It's been about an hour. I flipped the chicken over about 30 minutes into the cooking process at 350. I just took the chicken out. Now I'm about to go through the process of adding my Parmesan cheese. So I'm adding about a tablespoon of butter for every 6 wings. And I'm going to also add some breadcrumbs. And I'm going to add my shredded Parmesan cheese. I'm doing a 1-to-1 mixture, which is basically meaning the same amount of breadcrumbs. I'm going to add the same amount of Parmesan cheese. All right, so bring the wings over. Get those all tossed up with the Parmesan cheese. All right, so here are the wings initially when I first take them out the oven. And I'm adding the chicken and the melted butter. I had the butter out melting while the chicken was cooking for the past hour. So I'm gonna shake this up. The heat from the chicken is gonna melt that cheese up some, as well as the rest of that butter. I'll return it to the baking sheet. And I also turned the oven up to 425, and I'm gonna let this continue cooking for about 10 minutes on the top rack so it doesn't cook too fast. I also have my asparagus in there cooking as well. All right, so now I have my Parmesan cheese mixture. And whatever's left, I'm gonna actually put it on top of the chicken, whatever's left in my mixture. Make sure I use all my cheese. I was on a Mediterranean diet for a while, so whenever I use cheese, I try to use white cheese as much as possible since that's part of the Mediterranean diet. People on the Mediterranean diet live longer than most other people, so it's people that live around the Mediterranean Sea that follow that Mediterranean diet. So might want to check that out, look that up, the Mediterranean diet. All right, so I still have a little bit of cheese left in here. I'll put that on top of the chicken. And once again, I'm gonna put this on the top rack at 425 for about 10 minutes. All right, so all right, so once again, top rack at 425. I'm actually gonna put it in there for about 15 minutes and check it at 10 minutes. See if I should take it out early. All right, it's been another 10 to 15 minutes. The timer's going off. I'm about to take the Parmesan crusted chicken wings out. Let you take a look at them. Go ahead and turn the oven off. Here you go. It's very important that you finish these off on the top rack and not the bottom, because they will burn. You just want to melt the cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and finish plating my meal for the evening. Get a little garnishment. Hit it with a little parsley for the presentation. And there we go. Parmesan crusted chicken wings, wild rice, and asparagus. All right. Wish you were here to enjoy this with me. Until next time.